Evening. Recovering from my allergies. It's making it hard to breathe. I haven't had allergy problems in about 2 years. So I keep researching this damn solar panel thing I'm doing. think I see these guys every year. Ever gonna see those guys again, huh? Maybe next year. Man, there is nothing left in the tank for me. 2 days of recovering from allergies, plus a lack of sleep from studying about these solar panels. It is catching up to me. Thank God I didn't do something like 8 or 10. I'd be wiped. I mean, I'm wiped now, but they'd had to send an ambulance or a meat wagon. Around that neighborhood, probably a meat wagon. They wouldn't discover me for days. I'm in the wrong income bracket for anybody to care about me for a quick period of time. Nah, it's not about race. I mean, it still kind of is, but it's amazing how colorblind money can make people. LG solar panels. That's why I keep audience, you ladies and gentlemen in the audience, ladies and gentlemen and other in the audience, why I keep looking at people's roofs. I'm trying to see if there's anybody around here who has solar panels. And I would think in a neighborhood this swanky, these folks would have them. I'm thinking either A, they don't believe in solar technology, or B, they're so over leveraged on their houses already they can't even afford the house, let alone panels. So far what's bugging me about the solar panel technology is I can't use it as a backup. Like, it's either going to go into the grid and lessen my bill, or I got to go completely off the grid. And whatever I purchase won't be enough to cover my needs. I need a lot of panels and a lot of batteries, because I live with folks that are energy hogs. They don't know any better. Switching out the entire house to LED light bulbs helped. Get the installation put in and the windows. Cut my bill in half. Now here it is 5 years later, so I'm cutting it in half again. Or completely if I decide to opt in. And raise my bid. We'll see. I know I'm getting them, I just don't know how many I'm getting. Do I cover 70%? 90%? What's the break-even point start looking like after a while? With a system that takes care of about 90% of my bill, the break-even point's 12 years. With a similar system that covers 70%, and the cost goes down from $25,000 to $18,000, I recoup my costs in like 7.5 or 8 years. So I'm thinking I don't need to get 100% coverage. I just need to drop it down to the point where I'm saving a significant amount on my bills, not the whole damn thing. Bottom line, the more you pay, the longer it takes to recoup that investment. Now the other plan I have is get a system that covers 60-70% of my energy needs, wait a decade, and then see if the panels have gotten cheaper and just buy panels to offset the rest, and then get a battery backup, because by that time the battery technology will have improved enough to where I can go completely off grid. The power wall looks interesting, but it's not quite there yet. the same amount of money, for the 3,000 to 6,000, actually, it's comparable. But for the 3,000 to the 6,000 I spent on that power wall, I can get a natural gas powered backup generator that'll also get me through. However, I'm talking about, I guess, every night. It's interesting to think about. I guess the power wall would be worth it, because it would go every night. All it would do is draw from my panels. Whereas the backup generator, I had to pay somebody $2 an hour to pull. You know what? Shit, man. I might just invest in a power wall. Have some guy come over. How much? And he looks at it and he says, well, we can do it for 10,000. Handle it. Would you go completely off the grid? No. Well, I'd still stay attached, and then, because I was also reading about the hybrid systems. The way it would work with a hybrid system is whether or not the solar panel's going or not, the power wall will be recharged at all times. The electricity goes off, power wall and solar panels are still kicking, are still running. I get an ATS. That would protect the power line workers until they got me hooked back up again, and then once they did, they'll click back over. In the hybrid system, my solar and battery backup would have to run on like emergency circuits. I'd have to find a way to that's all I do, I go to the breaker panel and cut off the non-essentials. That's the way to go. That's smart. If I had the money right now, I'd pay $38,000, and actually it's more than that, isn't it? It's 35 just for the amount of panels I need to cover 100%. No, it's 28, almost 30. Yeah, the power wall. Then how would you do it? Since there's no tax break for the tax credit for the batteries, might just invest in the battery next year. Have somebody give me a quote for that. I was gonna get solar panels and a gas generator. And everybody kept trying to sell me a 20 kilowatt unit. What you need for most 3-ton units is about 10,000 amps. 10,000 amps? No, 10,000 watts. 10,000 watts of startup, and then after that it runs for like 6,000 watts. So you could have a generator that's just dedicated to that air conditioner. You can have the power. You can have the power wall running your lights, your phone, your internet. Maybe a refrigerator. I'd have to get it priced. They tell me it's $10,000. It's about the same. It's cheaper than the natural gas generator. might be something to look into though. I'd ask them, I said, how much would it cost for me to go off grid? They tell me $45,000. I hope they don't tell me that. $45,000. I'd be like, sign me up. What would you do then? I get a loan with a low interest rate and pay it off in a couple of years. There's some money guy yells screaming at the TV right now, or if he even cares, motherfucker, don't ever go into debt. And I was like, I'm paying a convenience fee, and I can afford to. That's what interest is. Am I paying a convenience fee? $45,000 so that I would never have to pay an electric bill ever again in my life. What's the lifetime cost? Well, like I said, they quoted me 25, and then they said after that I get 25 back. So about the same. It would take 20 years for the investment to pay off. And I go into my golden years. I'll be 62 years old by the time my investment pays off. 8 years away, because by the time I get there, the assholes in the government will make Social Security the cutoff age at 70 instead of what it is now, I think, which is 68, 66. So I'd have 8 years of no electric bill with a house that's paid off. $8 years not paying $2,000 in electric. Well, actually, it'll be, by that time, people will probably be paying, in Texas, they'll probably be paying 30 cents per kilowatt hour. So there I am, saving $6,000 a year for 8 years. Might be a good idea, huh? Let's be planning on staying in Dallas. I don't run. Not because I'm brave or any kind of stupid mess like that. I don't have a stiff backbone. I don't run because I'm too fucking lazy. I'm not leaving. About as bad as Dallas will get, I'll probably try to find a way to make it work. That is a discussion for another time. Maybe I'll save $50,000 and go up to a guy one day. In fact, if I wait a couple more years, I'll just tell him, look. So that might be the plan. Yeah. Pay the $18,000, get my 70% system. Wait 5 years. Go completely off grid. I say, hey man, you guys put this thing together for me 5 years ago. How much would it cost for me to just go completely off grid? And he says, oh, well, the panels have gotten a lot cheaper since you last did this. The batteries are a lot better, so $30,000? I was like, okay. When can you come over and do it? Knowing me, I'll still be a cheap bastard, and I'll be like, that's the best you can do, huh? I was like, what if I gave you $20,000 cash? And they'd be like, you know, we'll work with the numbers. Why does that work? I think I know why. I think they were talking about they had to pay all those fees and stuff. You tell people you want to pay cash, man, they come up with interesting ways of getting you a better system. Wait, you're paying cash? I was like, yeah. Oh, well, that changes everything. Hold on, let me... What is annoying me though is I tell them a hard limit, $20,000. I don't think they understand what a hard limit means. Because I'm getting quotes that's still 25,000, 20,000, 21, 22,000. I'm like, if I had it, I would have told you that. And I'm like, salesmen think, that must be what it is, man. Salesmen tell themselves, he says 20, but his eyes say 25. I was like, no, man, my eyes are liars. My mouth tells you $20,000. $20,000 is it. My eyes are stupid. They think boobs are cool. Seriously, your eyes, they get fixated on boobs, and you're like, oh, those are gorgeous. And your brain's like, they're just giant, fat sweat glands. Your brain's gone, all the action's in the rear. Can't believe this battery's still going. You think you got faster? I don't know. Only did 6. I turned it on when I got up at the school. Every time I got ready to cross this intersection, there's some asshole coming. There's really no rush to this, is there? I got 4 months, and even if I don't get it this year, I'll get 30% next year. I'll get 26% next year. My ambition has grown larger now, because I'm thinking, wait. I was like, if I'm going to pay this much money, 70%, and everybody's talking about it's locked in, I was like, how much would it just cost me to go completely off the grid? The other problem I run into, I only have so much space on my roof to catch all that sunlight to begin with. I have a south-facing roof. Half of it is angled at 30%, or 30 degrees, excuse me. Like they said, they looked at it and they said, this is perfect. And I was like, I know. I looked at it too, and I was like, I have it's like my roof was built for solar on the south side. On the north side of the thing, it slopes negative 30 degrees, or I guess you would call it 360, 340 degrees. It goes the opposite direction. So my efficiency on that one is 50-70%. So any panel I put up there, I'm only getting 50 to 70% efficiency. No, not efficiency, but what I could be catching from the sun. I get something, but not what I want. I could put panels on the west. That tilt is also 30 degrees, but it's 30 degrees pointing westward. But they did a paper and they said, well, it turns out west facing panels are actually pretty better than south facing. I was like, what? Whatever. So I had to cut down a whole bunch of trees on that side. Because they would be throwing shades. Then on top of that, I got the satellite antenna up there. I got the, that's where all the action is. I got a whirlybird up there, maybe some vent. No, there's the vents on the other side. What are you considering now? How much would it cost me to go off grid? They're like, I was like, the tech's just not there right now. I was like, okay. So what's the plan? The plan is to pay the initial amount to cut the bill down considerably, and then the final plan is just to go completely off grid. So it becomes a layered savings. But yeah, I think I suddenly got a grass allergy. I mean, I thought I had one before, but I guess now it's just really kicking in. And I think it has something to do with the fact that I've been staying up late, getting all these pitches for solar panels, and then I've been studying like crazy about it. And it's nuts. Scott Adams is right, man. They don't do anything to make this an easy process. It's not like the guy comes by and he says, this is what we propose. And then another guy comes out, this is what we propose. This is what we propose. There's no universal slider where you just go out, or there's no place where you go, it's like, look, here's what I'm willing to put down. And then all the guys say, here's our proposals, and then you're done with it. I just want the panels to sit up there. I don't care if they look pretty. I don't care what color they are. That's an even more of a nightmare for somebody who gets stuck in confusopoly. The aesthetics. I'm gonna have a big giant black patch on the top of my roof. It's not gonna look pretty, but it will serve a purpose. All right, I thought that was a rash, but it's the goosebumps. My body's actually cold. Gotta wonder how much more of a charge I had left on this thing. A lot of assholes at her tonight. Come on, jackass, I ain't got all day.